Welcome to Mystic Moons. Hi, how is everyone today? It's a beautiful day in the mountains. Beautiful day. It's a good day for reflection, too. So, to subscribers, visitors, happy to see you, happy to hear you, happy to feel you. Let's take an investigative report with the spirits, a conversation with the spirits, and find out a few things. Now, we all know things are happening very, very fast. When things should be happening at a more pleasanter level. But another thing, time is, what is speed and what is time? But that's a whole other thing. But we have to ask ourselves still, why are certain things happening and they're made to be more than what they are or what happens? Now, if you're in an exploratory mood, stay with me. If you want to find out, like we all heard this past week that Diddy was acquitted on the more serious charges. And the whole trial, we heard, why did they break into his mansion, X amount of months ago? Why was all the hoopla about Diddy when they were only going to talk about his girlfriend, Cassie? And it just didn't make any sense, did it? All the people that knew him, Barack Obama, Jennifer Lopez, both of the Obamas, everybody that was anything, Donald Trump, everyone knew Diddy and went to his parties. And they also knew all the little details that they managed to trickle out. Now, we all know that Diddy had a huge sexual appetite, but he was not the only person with a huge sexual appetite. But it seems as though the trial was just like poof, it was theater. It was theater while the active warfare with Iran and Israel, among other things, other countries, Syria, Lebanon, had a smoke screen for. It's easier to talk about sex than death, right? It's much easier, especially in the United States. Now, let's clear the air a bit and let's find out if this trial, Diddy's trial of corruption, RICO Act, and trafficking, child pedophilia, etc., was more than just baby oil and beating up on his girlfriend, mainly Cassie. Let's just find out. It just seems as though we've been snookered again. Snookered into thinking that his attorneys were so great. Was Diddy's attorney so great? Let's get it. His attorney is the daughter of James Comey, who was in charge of, guess who? Who James Comey was in charge of? Epstein. And then his daughter gets to do the trial of Diddy. Both the same intensity of racketeering and etc., financial fraud, etc., and sex deviations. And they both are keeping it all in the family. All in the family. And she was even the one who campaigned that Epstein's secrets to remain undercover. And she was given the control, handle the case of Diddy. Now, one would lead to speculate that there was a commonality in between this. Politicians, movers and shakers that were allowed to be visibly moved and shaked in our country. What are they protecting? Do you think his trial, just like Epstein's trial, Epstein was only tried, his girlfriend, Gazelle, she was only tried for one count of prostitution, not even the 30 other people, underage people. And she was, of course, Epstein's assistant. There's a lot of hanky-panky protection. Something is something, something. And we all heard about the list of Diddy and Epstein is all over the place. Even though it's not on mainstream news, it's everywhere else. It's all over the world. And they're laughing at us because we just sit back, and go, oh, pusha, pusha, pusha. And we go, oh, that's rich people for you. Well, it's something more than just rich people. Let's ask, now even Diddy's cellmate in jail has gone on the record saying, yeah, he's going to get off. It's rigged. It's rigged because he has to protect people he knows. Diddy knows the goods, the secrets of many, 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 many high-profile people. And he has well hid his evidence, which is why so far he's getting this carte blanche, limousine treatment. No matter how severe the case is, Diddy has more secrets. He knows where to put them too. Obviously, they haven't been found. And will they ever be found? Now let's see, let's ask the spirits. Everybody get ready, let's take this sordid trip. We're not even going to go to Diddy's jungle. I mean, sex jungle, racketeering jungle, planet of corruption. But we're just going to look over and see. Now that there's 2 tiers of justice, I wouldn't say 2 tiers of justice. I would just say the trial was rigged. Let's find out. All right, the first card we're going to pull was Diddy's trial rigged. I mean, no one expected for all that publicity, all that drama, having his place raided. They were looking for the tapes. They were looking for the evidence. They obviously thought Diddy was stupid enough to leave things carelessly about. But Diddy is a sly one. He knew exactly who he was dealing with. He even had a personal number to contact Barack Obama. That's my bud. That's my bro. They often have been photographed saying, there's too much to lose to put him away for life. But it's still ongoing, and they're still searching. And will they find it? Well, they didn't find it yet. Or this is just round 1. We have to ask ourselves, is this just round 1 of Diddy's future? Diddyland, Sean Combs territory. Sean Combs. All right, we took a few cards. Now let's explore. Was that trial rigged? Because it certainly smells like the stench is still in the air. The stench will not leave. And it's so peculiar that father and daughter both handled high-profile corruption, sex corruption, political, high-level social, high-paying stars. Stars at parties, stars of theater. And they both got their clients off. First thing we get is the 7 of Wands. Now, the 7 of Wands is definitely they had their battles going for them. They had things to how to quiet the press. Of course, the press just needs a few dollars here and there to their own personal charities, right? In other words, they had to pay a lot of people. They had to keep the population quiet. That's one thing that the commies know how to do. They know how to do these things. That's why they were hired, both for Epstein and Diddy. Then we have the Emperor. Now, the Emperor could be Diddy himself. It could be the information that he has carrying. It could be. It could also be the situation of high-ranking people that could bring down the whole house of cards. Bring down the whole house of cards in terms of how could people, the masses, the civilians of countries, the government, politicians. How can they keep control when their own personal lives they have such sordid, nasty record of? All right. You see that, don't you? The emperor. The next card, or maybe just Diddy himself. Well, he's just the master, puppet master. And the other one we have is the Two of Cups. Strange Two of Cups here. Strange Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Now, Two of Cups means he's working with someone, some kind of mutual benefit, mutual objective, right? Mutual objective at hand. Now, some sort of mutual objective. It means he was not working alone. You could say it was the communists who were acting as liaisons between parties affected and parties that would be affected. Cassie was already put through the mud, and the game was to blame it all on girls like it that way, right? Girls like it that way. And of course, then we had Dertrich, who liked to chime in, that lawyer who was also Epstein's lawyer, said, this was perfectly, he was overcharged by the government. Of course, Dertrich, he was also a member of the Epstein Lolita rumored passenger. In other words, how can all these people keep getting away from this? What are they hiding? Is this something to do with some child trafficking, alien race, desires of one group, one race of humans connected with another race of non-humans, extras? And then we have the star. Best interest. It was best interest to go ahead and do this. Cut it, keep it quiet. Its theater was enough for now. Make everything look theatrically solved. Diddy, poor little Diddy, poor Diddy, he was overcharged. He was, because his skin color is different, is darker. That's why they did it. Believe all this crap. Believe it. They'll do anything to hide the real nature of humanity, the real subjugation we're under, the real show in town. What is the real show in town? And everything in the United States is always a little sex, a little penis, king penis action. It's rather revolting and it's rather droll too. It's boring, very boring. But however, this is how they play it. We're tantalized by sex that we ourselves are not having. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. Who loses? Who loses? Five of Pentacles. Who's the biggest loser in this? Us? Them? The Diddy? The government? Our society? Our humanity? We have the Seven of Wands, which is also, the constant battle, the constant fight. We have the Emperor. That means the very structure of our justice system, our government, and just where we are going as people. And I wouldn't put that as Diddy. I see our whole system being attacked. And then we have the Two of Cups. I would take that as the defense, the whole setup in the court. The judge was on it, the wink, wink. It was rigged. I mean, there was so much, the judge telling you what to think, what to do. Ultimately, it's the judge's compromise, you could say. Spirit says there's something about this judge. Besides, there's something about the lawyers themselves. And there's something, of course, connected with Diddy must not go totally down. And if it wasn't those videos of Casey, Cassie, would he have gotten any time? Dershowitz is even saying that, oh, it's already time served. He's already been punished enough. That was mutual sex. Uh-huh. I wouldn't want to be alone with Dershowitz. I'm saying his name wrong. I wouldn't want to be alone with him. Would you? He seems to have a very sliding scale in terms of who is worth and who is not worth anything. Who is worthy and who isn't worthy. These are all people that have a purpose, the star. Let's just get it over with. Let's just put it, the end. There is no end to corruption. There is no end to pedophilia. There is no end to deeper and deeper and deeper. This goes. It goes very deep. The power structure. And who loses? It's a one big stinking loss. Loss of respect for this country, loss of respect for our judicial system, loss of respect for, the list is out. You can look it up. Do it. Who went to these parties? Who participated in these parties? Is their wealth and their paper mache or cardboard image so important? More important than the people, than the country they live in? This is the tackiness of America, of the United States of America. We're seeing it every day. Is this the country that's going to heal itself? Be something. Is this the country? Five of Pentacles. That take a poor person and puts him for a ringer for stealing a pack of cigarettes, for tripping someone, a moment of insanity, whereas these hardened characters are serving a purpose to whom? An alien race? Their masters? What's going on? Some kind of business deal? Something is very, very more than sketchy. It is a mystery. Now we have the Pentacles. Someone is controlling the purse. The King of Pentacles. That would be the power people who must not have their aura, their reputation any more sullied than imaginable. Let other people say what they want. Who cares if people say what they want? We have media, state-sponsored media, I'll put it that way, who will say whatever we wish them to say, and who will not report anything we do not wish them to report. So Diddy, the very fact that both his lawyer, and is the daughter of the lawyer who was in charge of Epstein. It's very fishy. Smells. But they want to bury that fact, don't they? Her brilliance did it? No. Somebody's pocketbook did it. And this is the King of Pentacles. Who paid off whom? And what was their prize? And here we have the Four of Wands. I'd say it's one big Washington, D.C. family. One big, we kept our secrets. If you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. And that is where the whole show is all about. Apparently, right now, people on the inside feel they can do anything. Any evil, anything. And anytime somebody tries to pop one of the sources and get some information, then it ends up in a show trial. They got to protect. They must hold on. Even though the system is falling apart rapidly, they must hold on. Hello. They must hold on to the slim pickings of their so-called power. Now, if there's anything here, let's see now. The Emperor, and the Emperor, and we also have the King of Wands. There's a lot of the Emperor, the King of Wands, the Two of Cups, Star. The phony theater. Five of Pentacles, this King, and the Four of Wands. How long? Let's just see from how long can this charade keep up? And who is Diddy protecting? Now, we're not going to have names. We're just going to have who. Who's the climate deniers? Who is he protecting? The climate advocators. Who is he protecting? The fact that let's just take 3 cards of this one and get a little bit more, just a little bit more insight. Because this was rigged for whose benefit? Diddy? Diddy is just an agent. He's an agent. He does his job very well. Very well. Very well. Maybe he forgot who he was working for. Could it be? And again, we have here the Seven of Pentacles. Analysis exactly whom Diddy's rigged trial was rigged, in effect, was fixed. To protect whom? Protect whom? Who was Diddy's trial rigged? To protect whom? We have the Three of Cups. Those that do evil and celebrate it. A cult, a group, an organization who feels they're untouchable because of their status, because of their money. But whoa, judgment. Now you could have been it was protected judgment. Where is the judgment in this country? Where on that level? On his level would be D.C., Washington, D.C. I would say his trial was rigged to protect a group in Washington, D.C., a bunch of people who go in there and make the laws. Diddy's trial was rigged for that purpose. And what is the most vile thing here? Stealing money? Nah, it happens all the time. Unaccountable, billions of dollars go missing in all different departments. It's not just since the South African Elon Musk came in to find billions and billions and millions and millions of wasteful money. And of course, somebody making $8 million a day and Heil Hitler salutes and, kicking up his heels and, you all know Elon Musk. It's a little discouraging to see how much things have gone awry, strayed. Judgment is coming. Judgment is coming in some form. I don't know what form, but people know that the Diddy trial was definitely no joy. No joy. No reason to celebrate. No reason. Women are again devaluated from having a Supreme Court justice, female who was recently joined the Supreme Court. I don't know what a woman is, if she's a woman, without saying her name. To this trial, which says basically women enjoy being beaten, smacked around, and they can complain about being raped, etc., men and women and boys too, not just women. Sexually desirable people can be treated in any manner, or people who do not have the funds that other people do. It's very complicated. It's very complicated, but one can only speculate. It's a country that values two-tiered. You've got money and you can use it, or you don't have money and you're just a tool in the desires of those who have money. And also, not just people, not just humans, because this is definitely, if you just can gather your senses, this is just not with humans. This is also with non-humans. That was a big noise. That was a big noise. But you get the point. That you get the point. Let's just send it off. Send it off properly. All right. Until the next time. If you have any comments about what Diddy's trial was rigged to protect the Washington, D.C. crowd of what? You can speculate about that, but it's perfectly what it is. Fill it in yourself. It's not their thievery. It's something to do, of course, with their baby lotion and their orgies, their sexual pleasures, etc. Demonic sexual pleasures, which we, the population, are not supposed to even ask or think about what they may be. After all, we're just here to watch the show, their show. But the day of judgment is coming. Who is going to deliver? Who's going to make the shoe fit? The bell toils. Ting tong, ting tong. We'll see. We'll see. If you have any comments, of course, please give me a like. I would appreciate that. And comments, definitely. This is something we cannot let just die, not just sit and with hands up. This is something that we must find out about. So until the next time, Mystic Moons is going to bid you adieu. Think about this. This is the country that we live in. Don't throw your hands up. Think about it. Think about it and the change you must have made. Until the next time, bye-bye.